Hello beauties, welcome back to the vlog. This week we are going to talk a little bit about communication. It's a big topic. You can't really fit it into 3 or 4 days of a couple minute vlogs, but I'm gonna try. So today we're going to talk about, I'm going to break it down into 3 components. We're going to do 4 vlogs this week because I've got some travel, okay? So I want to focus on these 3 components. 1, that communication has to be clear. We're going to talk about what that means today. 2 is that communication should be consistent. We're going to talk about that later this week. And 3, communication needs to be effective. We'll talk about that too. So today, let's talk about clear communication. Boy, is that a tough one, huh? What does it mean to be clear? Have you ever talked with someone, even for something simple like you were going to meet someone for a movie or you were going to go grab a cup of coffee, and you thought you were clear on where you were going and what time you're meeting and what you're going to do when you're there and so on. And then you get there and you've gone to the wrong place, or they've gone to the wrong place, or the time is wrong, or you disagree on the movie or whatever. That happens a lot, right? Because one of us thinks that we were clear and the other one thinks they were clear. And between the two of you, you haven't gotten where you need to go. That happens in business all the time, especially in the larger the organization, the more difficult that can become. And it's something that you have to work at all the time. It's not one of those things where you're like, well, got communication figured out, we're clear now. It doesn't just stay that way. It's not a one-time fix. Communication reminds me of a scene from The Incredibles. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but it's one of my favorite Pixar movies. And one of the characters says that he feels like the maid with the world. He's like, can't you stay saved for one day? You know, can't the house stay clean for one day? And communication's that way. Can't we keep it together? Don't we have it? Aren't we clear? Didn't we figure this out? No, it changes all the time, right? So you're going to be communicating. Just think about all the ways you communicate. Text message and video and face-to-face and by the phone. Few of us want to talk on the phone anymore, right? It's so much faster to just text or do an instant message. But you lose a lot in the communication there. You can't hear tone. You fill in those gaps for yourself. Oh, this person feels this way or that way. But you don't really know, right? It's so difficult to be clear. So how do you do that? One of the ways that you do that is you try to be as accurate as possible and to include relevant information. But don't presume that the other person understands you. Ask questions. Hey, am I making myself clear? What did you hear me say? What does this look like to you? What do you think? That will help you get farther down this path of clear communication, but it's a work in progress and the work is never done. We'll talk more about communication later this week. See you then.